Thank you so much. I really want to thank Free Press and Pacifica Radio, who's broadcasting live right now. I want to thank my good friends who I see in the audience from The Nation magazine, my good friend Laura Flanders, who's outstanding, IPS, PDA, World Can't Wait, so many good friends. But I really want to thank my hip-hop family who I stand here in this place. My good friends Davey D and Rosa Clemente, Dr. Ball, H. Marie Brown, Van Jones, Jeff Johnson, and one of the baddest 21st century think tanks you can imagine, Industry Ears, Lisa Fager and Paul Porter. So the reason that I'm here, and most of you have seen me usually getting arrested, either getting arrested at the White House for this unjust war or getting arrested in the Gulf Coast fighting for Katrina survivors. Malcolm X said, "The media is the most powerful entity in the world. It has the power to make the innocent guilty and the guilty innocent." So in making that connection tonight, my job is really to connect the media and the grassroots. And you would think that that's connected, but something has happened where the media and the grassroots are not running parallel together. And there is no grassroots movement without media, because media has to make the injustice visible. This is particularly dangerous for the culture of my generation, the hip-hop generation. The message that continues to affect black culture are handpicked by corporate America's system of pay for play. Media reform does not understand how the media affects communities of color. So how music can be used as a conduit for change. I'm a reverend, but in the old days, in slavery days, down by the riverside was not a gospel, it was a roadmap to freedom. But instead of having "I'm Black and I'm Proud" being played, today we have Pastor Cavassier. Payola is more than a crime of money exchanging hands. It kills the hopes and numbs the minds in the name of profit. So it's important that this conference is taking place in Memphis, the civil rights place, the Civil Rights Museum where Dr. King was assassinated, because this media movement has now become not the civil rights, but the opportunity rights movement of the 21st century. And why is that important? Because on August 28th, 1955, a little boy by the name of Emmett Till was murdered. And the murder of Emmett Till was the first media event of the civil rights movement. Without it, there would not be a Dr. King or a Rosa Parks. But when Jet magazine, you see, when the corporate media can't control the media source, Jet magazine was able to put forth clear racism to the whole world. And everyone understood what racism looked like, open and fresh. But it's amazing because on August 28th, 1955, we see the power of the media and the grassroots running parallel. And we see what can happen, how a movement can be started. But now, 50 years later from that exact date, from August 28th, 1955 to August 28th, 2005, you see the same thing. We have Hurricane Katrina barreling down 50 years to the date when Emmett Till is being killed. And the problem now is that when he's being killed, we don't see the media sustaining this process. This is how members of Congress can get Katrina fatigue. And let me explain to you that this is no game to me. Because when you have old people and babies killed in the richest country in the world, something is wrong. This is no game to me. When you can continue to send babies to a war that's unjust, this is no game to me. And it's amazing to me that on that same day, August 28th, But this year was 1963. That Dr. King gave us I Have a Dream speech. It's amazing that Emmett Till can be killed on August 28th. And then Katrina can be ready to hit the shores on August 28th. But Dr. King gives his I Have a Dream speech. And I know we quote that so much and we love those words, but the one thing that's never quoted is the part when he equates the promissory note, that Constitution, as a promissory note for people of color, life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And every time people of color come to cash that promissory note, it bounces and is marked insufficient funds. Well, I got something to say tonight. It's time for this country to cash the check. Let me say this. One of the things as I close is that we will not win this movement as a segregated movement. The Katrina movement can't be all black. The peace movement can't be all white. The immigration movement can't be all brown. The only way we're going to win this movement, we all come together. And then, and only then, when we all come together and fight together, then in the words of Dr. King, then we all can sing, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last. Power to the people. 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 God bless you.